Hello class, this is Robert Gray for MECH314Mod9 Final Lab. I wanted to start out by saying that I really enjoyed this class as well as 313. I think it's the way online learning should be. The work assigned directly related to examples given, and the grading was fair. Points were deducted when necessary, but they were always minimal. So, you got to learn material, show that you learned it, and then get good grades for it. And that's, you can't ask for more than that. So here's the way I have my circuit set up. Well, let me do this first. So here's the things that I found with this lab that were kind of throwing me off. So the load cell isn't sensitive enough. I thought that the resistor values in the Wheatstone bridge were too high for what I was doing. And then the MIDAC value is different from the calculated with some resistance values. And I don't know why that 80 is in there. It's a typo. So here's what I found out to start with. So I'm going to set this here. This right now, so I bought two of these because I was afraid I'd break one of them. So it worked out nicely. I can leave one connected to the circuit and then measure the other one. So so when I read this, I found it was about 1K. And I actually used a pair of pliers to move this guy. So if you watch that, just take my word for it that I'm bending it different directions. But if I bend it one way, goes up and then let go and it comes back, and then bend it the other way, goes down and then let go and it'll come back. So that's responding, but I mean it's a very, very small response. It's 0.001 k ohm response, so it's just not sensitive enough. You can push on this thing all day long and you're not going to get I couldn't get any difference in my VI, my front panel output. So I actually still have this guy running. I kept getting spreadsheet errors too. If we let it run for too long, or if you stop it and start it too many times, I think the file gets too big. I'm not sure. But so right now, so I have a 1K resistor. And so I use all 1K resistors. So right now it's a full 1K Wheatstone bridge. Everything's 1K. So my VEX, my voltage in is 5 volts. I'm reading 1.4. And if I made a little spreadsheet, so if you measure this with, I have all these set at 1,000. This one's 1,000. It comes out to about 2. So I mean, we're close. 1.4 to 2 is not bad. So now if I wanted to change this to get a response, I could go to 10 ohms, and now I should read 2.49. So I had these all laid out. I have a 10 ohm resistor already in here. That's what this guy's for. And now I can disconnect the load cell and connect the 10 ohm. This alligator clip is the springs going out on it. All right. So now it's a 10 ohm, and so we should see somewhere around 2.49. Before we were at like 1.4. So now if I come to the VI and read, we're at 2.2. So I mean that's pretty close. And then the next one that makes any kind of a good change, we can go to 100, but that's pretty much about the same. If you get a 2K, you should go down to 1.6. So now we'll do that, just to show that the response really is there. Skip over that 100, come down to 2. Alright, so that's a 2K, so we should see somewhere around 1.6, and what we find is 1.0. So I mean, it's not like perfectly accurate. The last thing I wanted to show is that right now I'm running this. I'm going to add this to the PowerPoint. Anyways, this filter is not in there. If you put the filter in, it creates a voltage drop, and your responses are kind of all over the place. So to show that, right now I'm at 1.1. And if we stop this and then connect the filter again, rerun it, it's down at 0.4, and I don't know exactly what it's doing. Oh, there we go. So this is the spreadsheet error I was getting. But that's my experiment, or my lab in a nutshell. My circuit, going to the MIDAC, running through this VI, collecting it, filtering it, displaying it and then shooting it out to a spreadsheet, and I'll show you the other spreadsheet file just to show that it's going there. I had to change this a couple times because it kept giving me that error, but test 2 is my most recent one, and there it is. Alright, so that was my result.